Good evening and welcome to another episode of your favorite talk show, SKP. I'm your host, Corinne Harris.
And I'm Steven Alexander. In today's episode, we have special guest, Talon Beeson, here from APSU Theater and Dance Department, here to talk about the play he is directing called Taming of the Shrew. Corinne and I also have our good friend Cameron Pena dropping by to talk about his extracurricular activities and how he stays involved on campus.
In today's topic, Steve and I will discuss how the new update on Snapchat has affected the company and its consumers. So you definitely want to hang tight for this segment.
So kick back and relax, because why? It's SKP time. Snapchat redesign was announced in November 2017, and some say this was a big mistake. On February 16th, a recent CNN article published by Seth Figerman mentioned user complaints validate the design. The app previously listed friends, publishers, and celebrities on the same page.
Snapchat is now facing criticism from the new update. Users are saying it is hard to navigate through.
And also, Snapchat's goal for the new update was to make the app easier to use. However, consumers felt the app was too hard to use due to the company's issues with audience growth in late 2017.
With the new update, Snapchat's stock price has fallen and users want the app to be easier to use. So, Steven, what do you think about the new update?
I just don't really like it.
Why not?
I don't like it because I feel like Snapchat was meant to be easy to access. Anybody from any demographic could use it. All ages of life could use it. And I feel like the update just kind of made it worse because, it changed so rapidly. No one knew that it was going to change the way that it did.
Well, they did release it, the new update. Well, they talked about it in November. And I guess they just decided to release it in February. But I feel like we should at least got an email or something about it.
Because it's totally different. It's not like, you just wake up. Like when I went to bed, literally, I was on my phone like I am every night looking at Snapchat, at the old Snapchat, mind you, the old one. Mm-hmm. And it was normal. All of a sudden I wake up the next morning, it was just all turned around. I was like, what's going on? Like, what's up with the what's up? You know what I'm saying?
And it didn't even show you
a
tutorial how to use it.
I thought I didn't know if I went to heaven. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I thought I had passed away. Like, Snapchat was totally different.
It was in a new life.
It was a new life.
And I just feel like, if you did decide to do a new update, you should at least have a tutorial on there showing us how to use it. I shouldn't have to go on Google and try to figure out how do you work the new Snapchat update. And I'm seeing different people post different things on Facebook, say, this is how you do this is how you do that. And
because it's difficult to navigate.
It is.
Like people having a hard time navigating through it because it's so complex. Because it used to be, how you can touch the app for, like, it had an app for, but it had like a section for the messages, the stories, and then where you could just post like photos and stuff. Mm-hmm. But everything's all combined in one. And then where you can see like the live stories, you have to go to the side. Like it's just weird now.
But now keep this in mind. When we have our phones for our apps, we automatically set it to update. That's what most of us have messed up at. Like we automatically have our apps to update.
And did you see on Facebook, I don't know if you guys saw it either, where they were undownloading the app to re-download it. And then changing the passcode and stuff like that. But it didn't work because I tried it. It didn't work for me. But maybe it worked for you guys. But anyways, they would.
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, they would delete the app, then re-download the app, and then try to change the passcode. But some people, they said it worked.
You didn't tell me about that.
Well, I didn't tell you it didn't work.
It probably would have worked for me. Sometimes I have like that magic
it's
or that
the women
superpower.
hands. It always works for the women. But for us guys, it don't work. I was stressed too. I was like, what is going on? I don't understand this.
Because your phone updated before mine. And it's just like, you was like, I have a new update. I was like, well, I still have the old one. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking mine wasn't probably going to update. And when I seen it, when I look at my story, they're all not like in order or nothing. Mm-hmm. Like I have a person up here who updated a story like 7 minutes ago. Then someone who updated a story like 2 hours ago. And then if you keep scrolling down, it's 5 minutes or 2 hours. It's like, it should be consistently.
Right, I agree. And I also feel like that it affects the audience members who use it in a worse way. Like, so if you guys are using the app now, the new app, and you don't know what you're doing, you need to be careful how you're using it, because that means you don't know what you're doing, that means you can slip up. You can fail at something.
Yeah, because you really have to research the app. Because, like, I listened to, when you said that last night, I had, like, took just a picture of my book bag, and I was going to press, like, send. And I was like, I don't know where I can post to my story. Or, I have my best friend right here. Then I have, like, friends who posted stories. Then I have more friends. I was like, where do I post it? Like, I could not find it.
And speaking of posting stories, if you don't know what you're doing, I just want to go back to that. If you don't know what you're doing, you're posting your stories, they could end up going somewhere where it doesn't need to go. So you need to be careful what you're doing and what you're posting, okay? We must take a commercial break, but when we return, we'll have APSU Theater and Dance Department's very own Talon Beeson here to discuss the play Taming of the Shrew. So stay tuned, you're watching the SKP. Welcome back, guys. We have one of the world's best voiceover actor, producer, director, and most importantly, APSU's very own coolest professor, Talon Beeson. How are you, Talon?
It's great. How are you doing?
We're good.
Thank you for coming today.
No, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
It was our pleasure.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to become so passionate about fine arts.
Sure. So, I was never someone that was really good at sitting down behind a desk and just writing things all day. And in high school, I realized there was a lot of other things that I could do. And so I started out in choir and didn't know I could sing, and then got in the choir and started singing. And then someone said, hey, why don't you try theater? So I tried that, and next thing I knew, I decided I was going to do it for the rest of my life. And it was it was really nice to not have to sit behind a desk and be able to figure things out for myself and just be a person and not have to have someone else tell me what to be.
So it sounds like you didn't really know what you wanted to be at first.
Yeah.
But then when you got in the theater, you knew this is your lane.
That's exactly. I will actually never forget. I was doing a production of Arsenic and Old Lace and came off stage one night and had the revelation that this is it. This is what I want to do with the rest of my life.
That is awesome.
So what made you want to be, I guess, a voiceover actor?
Right.
Yeah, what made you want to do that?
What's interesting about voiceover acting is I didn't know that it was a thing that existed. I got out of undergrad. I graduated with a degree in musical theater and went to Chicago and got cast in a show and was doing the show. And the stage manager of the show ended up working for a voiceover demo production studio. And so I went out for a couple drinks with her one night, and her boss said, hey, you've got a great voice. You should do voiceover. And I was like, what? I didn't know that was a thing. What is that? And she told me, and she said she would make my demo for free if I built her website, but I didn't know how to build a website, so I just said, sure. Like a good actor, I was like, yes, definitely, I will do that.
You don't say no to anything.
Exactly, right? Because that is money, that is a job.
Right.
Exactly.
So I went home over the weekend and taught myself how to build a website, built her website, got my demo made, and a month later, I had my first national campaign.
Oh, wow. That is awesome.
So did you enjoy the experience?
Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun. When I moved to LA, I was doing a lot of on camera as well as voiceover, and I decided that I wanted to focus on voiceover because I didn't like people recognize me.
Right.
Like, it happened once or twice where someone was like, hey, I just saw you in a thing. And I didn't like that.
Right.
So voiceover was a great way that I could continue to act and not have people see me and say, I know who that person is. Now, they might hear my voice or say, I'll remember you from that thing, but that's cool, as long as I can walk down the street,
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what led you here as an instructor at Austin Peay?
So I was in LA and I was directing 2 TV shows and had the narrating job on one. And I lost all 3 of my jobs in 1 year, which is weird because we had the highest rated season that we had ever had. I just had an Emmy nomination and everything went away. And we had just had a baby. So my wife and I decided it was time to make the move to academia. So we did. And I was living in Cincinnati and commuting to Chicago to teach at 2 universities.
Wow.
And then Austin Peay came calling and said, hey, we'll give you a full-time job if you want to come. Yes, sign me up.
That was the
That's
best
awesome.
decision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
You
By
could have
far.
made an Austin Peay too. We love talent.
Yeah, oh, God.
We really do. We love
Thanks.
you. Great teacher.
Yeah.
So what do you enjoy most about helping theater students become better on stage?
I love having them get over what they think it has to be. So many students think that, I have to put on character and be intense, and it's just the opposite. You have to relax, be a human being, like just be a real person, and it's kind of what I enjoy so much about working with Shakespeare, not to force the segue, but I'm gonna do it anyway, is that people love to treat Shakespeare like it's this giant golden thing that they have to be careful the way they say it. And that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Right.
Because it's just people talking, people with problems, just like you and I. And that is more interesting than someone performing giant Shakespeare.
Right. Well, speaking of performing, so tell us about this creative project, Taming of the Shrew.
Right.
What is it about? What can we expect?
Okay, well, so what you can expect pretty much from any Shakespearean comedy is a little bit bawdy, a little bit not something you would bring children to, but a lot of fun, a lot of insults, a lot of sex jokes. It's kind of what Shakespeare did, right? So this play in particular is about a woman who is thought of as a shrew, which is a terrible person who is loud and yells at people and this, that, and the other. And she needs to be tamed by someone and married off. However, by the end, we kind of find out that she's not the one that needed to be tamed at all.
We did.
Ooh, yeah.
I definitely want to go see that.
So, like with the jokes you were saying with the kids, it's not, well, they can come. But
They can come, yeah.
But so how does it, for an actor, like, can it be uncomfortable for actors to, act out something that maybe can be a little uncomfortable for the audience?
Oh, surely, yeah. There were a couple moments in the show that are, well, at one point I have an actress grabbing someone's crotch.
Oh.
And when I first suggested that, we all thought it was very funny, and then it came time to do it, and it was so I actually have to do the thing?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you got to do the thing, and it became a great bit then. And suddenly it was like, all right, cool, we're doing some crotch grabbing, good stuff.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah.
So what values and expectations can the audience take away from the play?
I think the most important thing for the play for me, and this is something where I disagree with a lot of scholars on this play, is that this play is a feminist play. It's all about who has power and who uses that power and how they use it. And at the end of the day, it's Kate's story. It's Kate wins. It's all about women and how they are in charge and what kind of power they can use.
I like that. That sounds really good.
It
Well,
does.
Talon, thanks for stopping by. We really
My
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes,
Thank
you'll
you.
definitely have to come back. So you can find William Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew live here at APSU's very own Traherne Theater today, February 22nd through the 25th. The play runs today, Friday, and Saturday at 7:30, and Saturday and Sunday at 2:00 p.m. Tickets are $10 for general admissions and $5 for students, military, and seniors. For tickets and more information, call box office, and the number is 931-221-7379, or email boxoffice@apsu.edu.
Up next, we will have our very own friend Cameron Peay drop by to share some cheer and good laughs. We'll be right back with more of SKP.
Welcome back to SKP. We have Cameron Peay, aka Cam, here to talk about what he does in his free time.
So Cameron, thank you for coming to the show.
Yes, hey.
So how are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. How about yourself?
We're doing good.
We're good. I can't complain.
It could be worse, but we're
It's
here.
even better. Talon came, you're here. Like, it's a good day.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us about yourself. And what do you do in your free time?
So, in my free time, well, I really don't get too much free time. If I have any, I'm usually doing homework. And if I'm not doing homework, it's like on a Friday or a Saturday night, and I'm out with the friends.
I love how you just makes
Partying it
college
up.
seem so hard. Like, he just like all his homework
Cameron
and stuff.
always have fun.
Absolutely.
You do
He
have
does.
fun.
I do.
Cameron knows how to have fun. Like if you want to have fun, You need to call
So how you
Kim.
have fun, Cameron?
My definition of fun is hanging out with my friends
Okay.
and listening to music, hanging out, dancing.
And he can sing. He can sing. I work with Cam, and he
be
sings
singing
at
at
work.
work?
Yes.
Yeah, because
He can
I work
sing.
at Front Lanes at Best Buy, and it's the most boring job in the entire world. So I just sit there and sing the whole time. Some of my customers come in, they're like, "You're the boy who sings." Yep.
So sing something for us. Sing a little.
Absolutely not.
You said you can sing.
Absolutely
Sing something for
no.
us. I just want to sing
I'll
it,
sing
right?
if you sing.
Okay, I'll sing. Come on, sing. A, B. No, I'm done. I don't even want to sing. It's so bad. So, Kim, what's your major? Tell the audience what your major is.
My major is communication with a focus in broadcasting.
You have a minor?
Yeah, so my minor is actually theater.
Okay,
now.
so what do you want to do with that degree? We have the same, you know.
With the
Maybe
I
we'll
would
work
like
together.
to be with comm. I would like to be a news anchor. I think that would
I
be
can
really
totally
nice.
see you
Yeah,
doing
I
Do you want to do the weather?
absolutely not. It's some you got to start somewhere, you know. But I'm trying to work my way back up to that, and I think a few of us know that. But
Ooh-wee.
yeah, so that and then theater because I was a bit of a Roxy child growing up, so that was always fun and like it just gets me used and better to like the camera for if I was a news anchor.
So if both of them fit, right? Because you think about it, communications and theater, like they can get you good jobs. Depends on how you work for it, what you do. You know, you got to put in that work. You know.
And he has
So-
been putting in that work. Proud of you, Cam.
Oh, yeah.
So I see that you're wearing your SGA shirt.
Yes.
So tell us what your position is.
So in student government, it's called the Student Government Association of Austin Peace. So I'm actually on tribunal. I'm a tribunal justice. And
What is that?
Yeah, what is
So
that?
what the branch works with is parking tickets, appealing parking tickets and stuff like that. We'll read over that, and then legislation, reviewing legislation and approving it, and also dealing with acts.
So I can come to you if I get a parking
Yeah.
ticket.
I
Yeah.
know someone who has one, and I'm gonna give you all their information, and just please appeal their case. You know, don't let them pay that ticket.
Depends.
Just help me out.
And
Where'd
also,
they park?
In front of Ellington Building,
Oh.
the visitors.
Oh yeah, are they student?
Yes.
Nope.
Work your magic, Cam.
and also too, you are a fraternity member.
Yep.
So what fraternity are you in?
I am a member of Sigma Phi Epsilon, SIGEP, here at Austin Peay.
So what do y'all do in SIGEP?
I guess one of our main focuses are for SIGEP is our philanthropy, and it's cystic fibrosis. So every spring semester we put on this philanthropy, and it's called Rolling for Roses. And
Tell
we
us
have it
about
at the skating rink, and we do this thing where we bid on brothers' hair. So like, say I go and they bid like $300 on my hair. Obviously, I'm gonna shave my entire head for it.
Y'all shaving your hair?
Yep, we have people come out and bid on our brother's hair.
I would never do that.
I
You know how
know.
long it took to get it to this level?
Right? Yeah.
Have someone
Same.
ever bid on you? You had to. shave out your
They
hair?
tried last year, but I hid like in the bathroom because I didn't want to cut my hair. So yeah.
So
my
what?
goodness.
I know. I can imagine like cutting all my hair off.
No.
So what inspired you to join that organization?
So at the time, I was a senior in high school, and I was coming to the end of my soccer season, and I was kind of injured too. So there was no like hope for me going past playing high school. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna miss the feeling of having like a team, like having brotherhood. Because I mean, it wasn't really a brotherhood, but you know, those were my friends that I hung out with, and I wasn't gonna have that anymore. And I was gonna like, I don't know what I'm gonna do at college, and I'd like to get involved. So I was told being in a fraternity was one of the best ways to get involved. And everybody says, oh, being in a fraternity is paying for your friends. Absolutely not. They're not really friends. Well, they're friends, but it's more of like a brotherhood, and like it's a really good resume builder. You get to talk about your philanthropy, and actually in fraternities they have positions. So there's an executive council group. So there's your president, there's your vice president, there's your member development, there's your communication chair, stuff like that. And If I actually wasn't in, I don't think I would be as involved. I think I would be super like bored all the time if I wasn't in a fraternity. So
are you on the board in your fraternity?
I am not.
But you're going to be, right?
I would love to be on
You're
the
going to be
board.
the president.
You got to speak it to existence.
I don't know about president.
Cam, you got this. You can do it.
Well, Cam, thanks for coming to the show today.
Oh,
Looks like we ran out of
absolutely,
time.
anytime.
And you both, even Talon, have been great. So
Thank you both
come
for
back to the
coming.
show anytime.
Oh yeah.
And you can find us on social media for our viewers. You can find us on social media under, Stephen Korean Productions, and Facebook is Stephen Korean Productions. So again, thanks for watching, everyone. See you March 15th because we have 2-week hiatus. And always remember to let's go Peay.